banging all your hip hop. OBC Radio with Dr. Gordon.
It's your new favorite station.
With your mans, we was trying to run up them bands.
Okay, life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we get high, cause you never know when you're gonna go.
Hip-hop and R&B
It's your new
with
favorite
Dr.
station.
Gordon. Hip-hop and R&B with Dr. Gordon.
And I got no, and I had all my young boys serving. Posted up on every station, run up them bands.
I was cute with the money, made me handsome. Cause you never know when you're gonna go.
Hip-hop and
It's your
R&B
new
with
favorite
Dr.
station.
Gordon. Hip-hop and R&B with Dr. Gordon. We keep the bangers coming. This is OBC Radio with Dr. Gordon.
I was cute with the money, made me handsome. You never know when you're gonna go.
Hip-hop and R&B with Dr. Gordon. Hip-hop and R&B with Dr. Gordon. We keep the bangers coming.
You're listening to Dr. Jermaine Gordon on OBC Radio.
Good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're tuning in. This is OBC Radio. We're live on OBC Radio YouTube and OBC Radio station. The app is available in the App Store, in the Play Store, or you can ask Alexa to play OBC Radio. We want to appreciate each and everyone that's here tonight. And for those of you who will be tuning in after, excuse me, after the broadcast tonight, for those of you who will be catching the rebroadcast, no, we at OBC Radio, as vowed, first and foremost, is everyone hearing my voice clearly? Just let me know if you hear my voice clearly. I presume you are. Excuse me, I have a little cold from traveling. But I presume everyone is hearing me clearly. As I was saying, we here at OBC Radio has vowed to protect the information given, but whom the information was given by, unless both parties from OBC Radio and the person who brought forward the information agree that we'll do an interview where we'll be on live, where face will be showing. The information that we gathered, today is what? Sunday? Yesterday morning. Getting a feedback. Let me just turn this on, maybe. Okay. Are we still getting a feedback? I think so. Testing. Mic check. Check one, testing, testing. Testing, testing. I think it's better now, right? Mic check one. Mic check. Testing, testing. One, two, three. Okay. As I was saying, feedback is different. Is it much better now? It's better now. Okay, thank you, Charmaine Splat. Yes, as I was saying, yesterday morning, the phone rang and I picked the phone up, and a gentleman from a Jamaican number was on the other end, and he wanted to speak to, he required to speak to me. And as we were on the phone, he let me know that he's calling me to give me some information that can get him into trouble, and he want to make sure that I don't mention his name, but you don't care what you want to do with the information, just don't mention his name. And I asked him what was the information about and what he wanted to talk about. And here and behold, he said, well, before he spoke about what the information about, he said, listen, I want you to promise me that my name won't be mentioned and you won't put out my number to the public. And I make him a promise. He even brought up the fact about Nigel. He said, listen, I hear the interview with Nigel Clark, where he told him that the conversation was recorded. So I know you're recording me. I just asking you not to blow me up, because at the end of the day, he can get arrested. So I said, he can get arrested. Why you want to talk about, why you want to give this information if you can get arrested? He made mention that because he's tired of an individual taking him for a clown. And I went forward now into, all antenna up. So I went forward into inquire what the information was about, and guaranteed him that I won't give his name out. I would put him out to the public. So he said it was Andre Stevens. Now, when he said it was Andre Stevens, I was like, what is it about Andre Stevens? He said, well, he let me know that as he see me looking back and forth, up and just looking at um, typing that was typed up. So he let me know that he has been working for Andre, and asked him what kind of work he has been doing for Andre. And he said, well, he has been an inchman for Andre. I was like, an inchman? Could you elaborate about an inchman? He went into details, letting me know that he's a member of Andre's security team and he get things done, but not just for Andre's security team, but for the Jamaica Labour Party. I asked him what make him want to bring forth this information. Again, the fact that he said it can get him into trouble. And he said money is owed to him and promised, and it's he's been taken for. I'm trying to put the words them not in the direct language because the curse word was involved. So as best as possible, that he's tired of people taking him for a clown, and well, at this time he was talking about Andre. He's tired of Andre taking him for a clown, and the worst thing of all is putting his homosexual thing to him and think it can stop him from getting his money. So by then, now I stopped talking and I allow him to continue to talk. Sounded like he wanted to vent because he was like pointing on the phone. He continued by saying that by this time now he got a bit choking up. When I say choking up, a bit emotional. And he said, boy, big man, I'm sure you're not even knowing. But it's a lot of things I've done. And when you look around and you see people missing and getting dirt, where you think them are come from? Where you think they are coming from? He also stated that over the years, his responsibility is to kidnap people, including kids and women mostly, and either get them sacrificed or use their body as organs or sell their bodies for organs. He went on to let me know that Andre has been trained for what he has been doing from the Jamaica Labour Party. He said, don't be fooled by what Andre is doing, because this is what he was trained for. Andre is a recruiter for bodies. And he himself, this is a gentleman speaking, that he himself has taken away over 4 persons for Andre. He went on into saying that whenever Andre doing his services on live, and I said, what do you mean by services? And he said when you see him doing his, okay, let me use his exact words here. When you see him doing his table, and for those of you who don't know what a table is, when you set up your sacrificial thing, for those of you who follow RT, you see what RT, this is what RT is. The settings is what a table setting is. It's for sacrifice for somebody life, because somebody has been getting killed, or them organs is being sold. He went into details and said that, well, oh, you don't understand how the boy that violated him. So we not understanding that, we don't know now. He may violate when I come bring him little homosexual argument. That's not the word he used, but that's what he came across as saying. Bringing his little homosexual conversation to him, it was a disrespect and think he can get over from paying his money. And then promising that he's gonna get back on YouTube and gain the money because he can control his audience. He even let me know that no phone was stolen the other day when Andre said the phone was stolen. It's him, Andre, they try to get money for. Because somebody offered him phone and him didn't want the phone, he wanted the money. And him realize Andre go around him, but through him go bring the little conversation to him, just feel violated. And that he has been threatening Andre that he's gonna speak to me if he don't pay his money. Well, then again, everything that I'm saying, I'm sure Andre know who it is, but I didn't call on it because I just realized I said something. But I mean, everything that I'm saying, he must know who it's coming from. But as long as I don't call the name, Mr. It's safe with me. I'm just giving the information. He went on by saying that Andre styling him with this little BATTY BATTYMAN word argument and taking like when we taking for wait what? Okay, let me just speak English so everybody can understand because I mean our platform reach 59 countries around the world. Yes, he went on by saying that Andre styled him, disrespect him when he brought this homosexual conversation to him, trying to use it for him not to get his money, and he found it highly disrespectful, and that's one of the reasons why he came to me. He said he don't understand how Andre could even do that to him when he knew say Ed girl, you made mention of Ed girl, or you want if you take with Ed girl. But at the time when he's talking about Edgar, I'm thinking he was a student in school and is one of the Edgar at his class in the Edgar for his school. It was after 2 a.m. this morning because I've been sending out the blast and someone called me after 2 a.m. this morning and let me know. Well, put in the puzzle as to the Ed girl that was being speaking of. So I had it wrong that it was a student who was talking to me, and he was making reference to a head girl at his school. But he made because he was talking about taking away kids and females. So when he made mention of the head girl, that's what caused me thinking he was speaking of from the experience of as a student at a school and is the head girl of that school. But it was after 2 a.m. someone called me and was speaking to me in regards to another incident. And I realized it's a head girl that is his friend that he, Andre, called head girl. This guy was paid down payment to terrorize head girl and to pick her up to get her sacrifice because she disrespect Andre and fall off his order. The gentleman let me know that when the article was put out with Nigel Clark, Andre Stevens contacted Nigel Clark. Now, if I remember, if memory recalls well, I believe it was the 3rd of September. Nigel Clark called the radio station. And if I'm wrong, I'm open to be corrected. But it was this very same day when they celebrated their 3rd year in power. They think I'm always right on dates and good with numbers, so I really believe it was the 3rd of September. So if you remember, I'm just saying this, I'm making point about the 3rd of September because of what I'm going to say. Dr. Nigel Clark called us on the 3rd of September and we spoke on a recorded line. And I told him he should go to the public and recant his statement. Or else. And I gave him 48 hours. 48 hours passed. I've heard nothing from Dr. Nigel Clark. And I put the recording out. We all know it went viral. On the morning of, if memory recall, someone created a TikTok account. And I don't remember if they named it from me or something, what the name was. But and for those of you who follow, have heard me talk about it, it's not the first time, but those of you who have heard me spoke about it for the first time would remember what I'm talking about. Someone had posted an article from over 8 years ago, where I was accused tricking a plea deal and going to post on the registry. I've spoke openly about it. But someone had posted that article and said under the article, when Dr. Nigel Clark was asking who is Dr. Jeremy Gordon is because he knew that he was registered. Now the gentleman on the phone is letting me know that that person behind that account was Andre, and Andre had contacted Dr. Nigel Clark and let him know that he can shut me down and let this all go away, but it's gonna come at a cost, and that he has done a lot for the Jamaica Labour Party and how they treated him bad, and he could have gone over to the PNP party, but he stuck over there. And if he get a deal or some from the sort where he could come over, so he can make all this go away because he knew how to deal with Dr. Jeremy God. He was paid a highly sum of money, and it started. But not knowing that it was Andre at the time, I came forward because I wasn't going to let nothing deter me from continue exposing the corruption that's going on in Jamaica and the government led by Andrew Ones. As I've said before, I was very close around them. Not that I wasn't close with the... Okay, let me not say much. Yes. So nothing was gonna deter me from continuing exposing. So I came forward and let you all know. I think it was one of those days, I don't remember which day it was, that at the beginning, and I continued. Now, Andrea had collected, the gentleman let us know that Andrea had collected a large sum of money from Dr. Nigel Clark through Darrell Vaz because Andrew didn't trust to meet Nigel Clark. Darrell Vaz, from what the gentleman let me know, that is very close ally with Andre Stevens. Andre Stevens was given money, but with a demand from the Jamaica Labour Party to tear down Partner Drum movement. Gentlemen, let me know that when Andre went to the People's National Party 85th Annual Conference, it was all a show to pretend like he was going crazy to make it seem like the Partner Drum movement and something was, but it was all planned because he got a large sum of money. I asked the gentleman how sure he is of what he's talking about. He said, yo, big man, I'm telling you, I afford two pitney and two woman me take away. He said, why you think everybody in a Jamaica talk bad about Andrew Ones and then get arrested and have to apologize? And Andre Stephen talk the worst and is untouchable. It's all a game. It's a gimmicks. Andre was trained for these things. Andre get a large sum of money, and this is why Andre stopped speak about the Jamaica Labour Party. When he come back, the guy said he would have patience with him to wait because he knew he can get the money to him. But he disrespect him by bringing the homosexual thing to him because he promised him that he was going back on YouTube to beg so he can get a lot of money. And we sit down and glorify these things. And it's so ironical that few hours after, Miss Evans, I believe it is Nicole Evans, but Miss Evans contacted me, and this is a person that I've been in back and forth communication with, and I can call her name, I can speak her for her name because she's allowed it. Few hours after this gentleman spoke with me, Miss Evans called me. Well, not called me, but I was sending out messages, and I sent her one of the messages, and she responded. And while sending out another message, I realized that she had sent two messages to me. So I stopped and I read it, and I realized, oh wow, this is a lot. Let me just go back to what the gentleman was talking about. Um, Morgan, organs being taken away and sold. Tomorrow evening at 6:30 p.m. Join us as we sit with Miss Evans. We're listen this, let me say this pertaining to the show. We're gonna take a quick break and come back.
You're listening to Dr. Jermaine Gordon on OBC Radio.
Hip hop and R&B with Dr. Gordon.
Then I got new. Then I had all my young boys serving, posted up on every store.
Hey, bitch, keep dancing, dance. I was cute, but the money made me handsome. Hey, kidnap your bitch, no ransom. We wanna let a friends and we woke up in Japan. I like you, I do.
We keep the bangers coming. Bangers coming. This is OBC Radio with Dr. Gordon.
Your mic has too much gain.
Yes, we are back here on OBC Radio station and OBC Radio YouTube channel. We get to understand that there is still a little echo. Will we try to do something else just now? Hope you are hearing much better. Yes, so as I was saying, Andre has been trained by Andrew Ones for exactly what he has been doing. There was, yes, indeed, a fallout at one time, but the great reunion came about between September 5th and September 7th. Or I could stretch it between September 5th and September 8th, which I think 7th would be the right one about there because it's probably a day or two after the article was supposed to try to sabotage. Think they could sabotage me from continuing forward with exposing. My mind run and say it could possibly be Andre. One at a time, but I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna sit and try to dwell in who it could possibly be. Let me just step forward because it's not like I've not spoken about it before. In fact, second chances for the forgotten voices, that slogan was because of this very same incident. But I wasn't gonna allow it to deter me. And they failed miserably. So he had was to tear the partner draw TV down because he have already accepted the money. When he went to the People's National Party conference, it was all a sham. From what his henchman said, Andre is a manipulator. And if he is not under his control and do what he says when he says and how he says it, it's gonna be a problem. But the youth them sit down and never care about it. Cause him they just in it for the money. It's him hustle. But he mentioned that him have a little youth. And him little youth have to get feed and time hard. And if the same people them who run the country cannot give him work for do, why not? We have also gotten information that the Kevin Simmet is alive and well. But tomorrow we're gonna delve deeper into this as we ask. Oh my God, that's what I'm about to say. Well, she said she's old enough and she don't care. They knew her. I believe her name is Miss Evans. That she don't care, but um, with the hope of God, blessings tomorrow at 6:30. We'll have her to explain how she lost not one but two of her kids, and she can explain how the organs was being sold, and the ones responsible, a few names that we know, a few names that I didn't knew. So we will ask tomorrow. And she's speaking and she's to be frank with you guys, she has receipts. But I didn't want to delve into much because I want to ask publicly with us all here with the bombshell on Kevin Smith. And Andre Stevens, if indeed would love to hear a response from you in regards to check what he said now. It's playing, but he's hearing it on the YouTube. How is it? Okay.
I'm hearing it on YouTube, OBC Radio.
The radio in the radio on the YouTube. Okay, just all right. I'll have to remove it from off the radio and just focus on the YouTube. What I'll do after is just bring it the recording for the radio station because I guess that's why the feedback is happening. I appreciate it, sir. We don't have to let the public know who you are. Yes, and we appreciate each and everyone that's tuning in. We ask that if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, that you subscribe to the channel, like and share the channel. Because I've been sitting back over the past couple of weeks, not because I'm on any one payroll, because I've get to understand, but because I had some stuff dealing with, but I've get to understand that a lot of money has been handed out. And Andre Stevenson has been the recipient of hundreds of thousands of dollars. We can say over $500,000 Jamaican dollars. With factual knowledge. And we're not talking about donation from the diasporan people at large. We're talking from the Jamaica Labour Party. And Andre Stevens, you speak out a lot and you have a lot to say. And it's very ironic that these information that we're now hearing can goes in line with what the pattern that we have seen because we've been hearing you much. Even to hearing you speaking out much about the Jamaica Labour Party. And isn't that what you all started out on? No. Many other bloggers has been on the payroll from both the People's National Party and the Jamaica Labour Party. But it's a dominance with money paying out with the Jamaica Labour Party. As you all see, Andrew Holness dancing into drift. And one of the part said, I'm a me F up in that. And he said him have the power confidently to turn on and turn off. Because as we all say, money talk and bullshit walk. We also get to understand that which the gentleman that spoke to me was at the Jamaica Labour Party conference, who received 25,000 Jamaican dollars to attend the conference. the numbers. And for 3 years, Jamaica people has been crying, suffering, hungry. And if election time come and all these money can come around, I'm not saying that people shouldn't take this money because we want it, but I hope we're not taking this money and being fooled to vote in this government, this Antoine's government back in power because of a few dollars. Information given has been very disturbing, and it just goes back to show why our hospital is in the condition that it's in. I've asked for an investigation into how many individuals, and if anyone hearing my voice know of this pattern, who want to know of this pattern that's been going on, because a lot, it has been going on, and maybe a lot of you haven't catch on to it until you hear this now. But I want to, for the person who just texted me just now about comment, I believe you have to be a subscriber, and after you subscribe, after 1 minute, you'll be able to comment on the live. Um, huh? Who? Where? In the. Oh, I thought you was there. Yes. We would like to know how many have family member or relatives that was just sick. So we say simple sickness and go to the hospital and end up died. We want to know. WhatsApp us at 1347 818 7604 or call in at 1-800-944-2166. Again, that's WhatsApp 1347 818 7604 or call 1-800-944-2166. Because I know over a few years back, there was article, just Jamaica, but other Caribbean countries and third world countries around the world, where bodies was just being popped up, dead bodies with the organs missing. And one of this body snatcher who spoke with us yesterday will identify himself as a body snatcher and said Andre Stevenson has been a recruiter. Now, when we hear of all these information and we sit back and we look back at Kevin Smith's saga and how it was important to Andrew Owen's led government to legalize phobia. over all these years. I mean, people do it for their spirituality, they do their stuff over the years and stuff. But to legalize it, what was the importance? Then we sit and we wonder why so much dynamic things face upon Jamaica. Parents, mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives, and friends. Watch your surrounding. Watch your kids. Diaspora. Be very careful who you meet in Jamaica. A lot of people come into Jamaica and get set up and them body missing, where them organs has been sold, or their body been used for sacrifice. While the government enrich themselves. Andre Stevens, you come out and speak a lot. We would like you to address these information. I won't state it as allegations because throughout the conversation there was remorse in the conversation. Right? We here at OBC Radio are in no condolence to any violence or kidnapping of any females or any kids or anyone assault human being in Jamaica or anywhere else in the world. But information was brought to us. And it is sad and it's pure evil, wickedness, and we will continue to shed light on all these. Doctors have been going around kidnapping children in Jamaica. It's a big ring. It's a money making thing. Join us tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. as we delve more into organs harvesting and how one female has lost not one but two children to this. This is OBC Radio Second Chances for the Forgotten Voices. And for those of you who are dieted listeners to Mr. Stevenson, I appreciate you tuning in, but I kindly ask of you, don't come at me or come at OBC Radio. We get the information and we owe it to the public. We say second chances for the forgotten voices. We will continue to be the voices for the people and of the people, right across the board, with no bias. Listen to the words Hear the voice, analyze the story, dissect it, and be the judge. Look around you. What's going on? Why so many kids have been missing? Walk around. If you see any more street children hanging around on the streets, one time gone, there used to be a lot. I am going to share a very personal experience. And back then, I didn't know that it was harvest, organ harvesting. But I've come in close call from a member of the People's National Party, Big Doctor. We'll talk about that tomorrow as we sit with Miss Evans. As I spoke with her yesterday, the name, I just mentioned the name to her without she even mentioning that doctor name. Hear and behold, nothing but evil and wickedness is going on in Jamaica. And now we ask Andrew Ones, what was the meeting with you and Bill Gates about? You spoke of transparency. You spoke of transparency. Where is the transparency? Where is the press conference? Where is the weekly press conference that's been held to update the public on what's going on? What has been going on? And while we here closing, we want to beseech Deputy Commissioner Fitzbailey. We at OBC Radio have brought forth a recording from Mr. Winston Roberts, the brother of one of your police officers at the Denton Police Station, Donald Roberts. You, Deputy Commissioner Fitzbailey, did a press conference and publicly seek the public assistance in gathering whatever information there is to assist in medic the female dancehall artist who was missing, and based on information from DJ underscore pilot beats in Canada, she was murdered by one of his friends for infidelity. Now, Mr. Fitzbailey, you did a press conference and you expressed to the public that the perpetrator is behind bars, is a convict. Right night, you also asked for the assistance in identify the black car that was last seen at the location at the time of when Medic Mrs. was going into the car. Now we the people have brought a social media influencer has went ahead and used an app to identify the blurry image, male image that was in that vehicle. Here and behold, it was alleged that it could have been one of your officer at Denantown Police Station. However, because we here at OBC Radio did an article, Mr. Winston Roberts, the brother of the officer who was suspected to be in the car and in the picture when the app identified the facial recognition. His brother Winston Roberts called us and confirmed that indeed it was his brother and it's his Winston car. And a lot of holes is in the story. You have gotten the information. I've also sent you a letter. I've yet to get anything from you. The clock is ticking. Election time is around the corner. We have all the equipment with 59 countries, over 59 countries around the world that's tuning in, not just to YouTube. Didn't check YouTube, but for OBC radio station. We have over 59 countries around the world tuning in to us. The diaspora at large and the numbers in Jamaica keep growing. We have nothing but time and the mouth to continue to expose what we know. We beseech you to bring forward medic mom need closure. You have got the information. Mr. Stevens, as in Andre Stevens, we expect to hear from you. Our phones line are open. Or if you want to go on your platform and speak, but we are willing to. I know the public at large is willing to hear. I know this one shock you up. And you know why I don't doubt anything that this gentleman spoke of. For over 2 years, you have blocked us from seeing your channel or anything for you. And I noticed few days ago, you open for us to see you. Or was it that you opened so you can watch if the gentleman was gonna come and expose you? It is sad and the way you treat people, but only time. It's a time of revealing. I would advise you, Mr. Stevens. He seems to have a very bitter heart. Go and make it up with your biological mother. Go make healing with your biological mother. And for those of you who are followers, diehard followers of Andre Stevens, a lot of you are the cause of this and how he acts. If you was being honest with him. Remember when this all started out? And I have no ill feelings towards Andre Stevens. Because I remember when it all started out, it was us who gathered the diaspora. And you know the reason why we all started the whole partner draw movement. These are serious times, and please watch your children. I wonder now when you make a fool of yourself and you get off, is it mental sickness or is all those bodies that you're responsible for? People always say how you sleep at night. Is this the reason why you have to take medication to sleep at night? These are very alarming. I know you had your ways, your manipulating ways, your toxic ways, but to the depth of what was brought before us, it's shocking that not that it's happening, but that little Andre Stevens is behind it. But then your inchman said something perfect. But I think Andre Stevenson don't get checked. If somebody said to Andrew only say knows big, them get checked. The boys them come out, find them. Few moments later. But never ever have you gotten checked that opened my eyes. I hope it opened others. Ask Andre why Partner Draw TV was dismantled. Ask Andre because if you go back and check, I'm sure it was the 3rd of September, Nigel Clark contacted me. And on the 5th of September, we put out the recording. That week it went viral. Ask, go back and check. When was it Partner Draw TV into a big confusion? Why was the reason? I mean, you were going good, doing good. You rise to the occasion. People sending you money left, right, and center. But to shut down one man entity, you went and contact Nigel Clark to be on the payroll. You want to be a part of the Jamaica Labour Party that much that you accept money and heal. How can we speak of corruption if we are a part of corruption? I remember when we started the partner drug movement, and within a few weeks, I made mention that if you should become the Prime Minister of Jamaica, I see you as the next Andrew Holness. Your ways. I know it just the guy just fit the puzzle in right in as he spoke yesterday. You were trained for that purpose. Well, you played your role, but as they say, everything in darkness bound to come in light. It's revealing time. This is OBC Radio, Second Chances for the Forgotten Voices. We appreciate everyone that is here and those looking. The comments, I can't deal with the comments at this moment, but each and every comment will be responded to. Good night. 6:30 tomorrow evening. Join us.